All right, guys, we did it. As you can see right here on my screen, we just passed 5 million in net profit, all using Kartra. And what I'm gonna do in this video is I think it's finally time that I reviewed all of my favorite features, the ones that I use the most, all of the features I don't like and the ones that I don't use pretty much at all. And trust me, we use Kartra for basically everything. We've done recurring billing, and in fact, right now, we have 886 active subscriptions. And yeah, we've had 10,000 rebills using the platform. So we're gonna cover some of the basic stuff. I'm not gonna go and be here for an hour and a half, but I wanted to cover for you guys why I use Kartra, why I like it, what I don't like, what I'm not using, and some of the really key benefits so that if you're thinking about joining Kartra or you're looking for a platform that's similar to this, you'll see from a relatively experienced user what the benefits are. So we're gonna actually take the rest of this video pretty much in my screen. I'll have a little camera so I can talk to you guys, but we're gonna actually go through and review features, review options that they have. We'll talk about their pricing, what I think about that, because I'm actually paying a lot of money. You'll be kind of surprised how much money I'm paying for this platform, but we'll talk about all of those things and how it compares to other platforms that might do some similar things so that you have all of the knowledge that you need going in. So even if you don't have potential for a $5 million use case of Kartra, you can figure out, is it worth it for me to try it? Is it worth it for me to use it? And I'll give you my honest opinion as somebody who's obviously used it for a decent amount of revenue, but then also I've helped a lot of other people use Kartra from the ground up, how they actually were able to use it to start. So we'll talk about all those things in this video. So let's go ahead and hop in.
All right, well, welcome to the official review. We're gonna dive into the software a little bit. I'm gonna talk to you guys here and actually walk you through a lot of the stuff that I really like, some of the things I don't, some things I'm on, and we'll just go through and really discuss it. Let's talk about what they actually offer first. So one of the really impressive things, and one of the things that drew me to Kartra in the first place, and to be honest with you, initially I was a little hesitant to join because they have so many features that when I first heard about it, I was like, no, I kind of got these things set up separately now and they're all connected. But as somebody who has products and membership offers and software, it was just kind of like a lot of moving parts that I was like, really, am I going to bring it together? That's a lot to reset up. So it did take me a little bit of time to like get to the point where I'm like, all right, I do want to like sync things. And actually, one feature that we'll start with that's one of my favorite that we use the most is probably the number one feature that moved me over to Kartra, and that is their help desk. So their help desk is absolutely phenomenal. It allows you to create multiple chat support desks, and they've got live chat, they've got ticketing, and then you can actually see analytics for your support. So I can actually go in to my analytics dashboard and I can look at like the last 30 days, average tickets per day, 3.8, 113 tickets. Average response time is right now 17 hours. And that's pretty good considering weekends are involved in that and so on and so forth. So in reality, it's pretty cool to be able to see all of this stuff. Yeah, really happy with that. They've also, so again, they've got the live chat feature, which you can just turn on and turn off, which I love. So like if I want to go in there and I'm like, all right, I want to answer questions right now to get all these answered, just pop the live chat on and people can actually talk to you directly. No tickets, you're just kind of chatting. Ticket resolution, there's a lot to this. I'm not going to get really deep into all of these, but one of the reasons that I actually jumped on Kartra initially was I was using another chat platform, Intercom, and at the time I had like 1,800 to 2,000 people that were like subscribers, or they base your billing off of how many people you have, and I was paying like $600 a month for support. Damn! Like literally all I was doing was support. I had a couple of their other features like where you could send emails and stuff, but it wasn't like enough. And I was like, wow, Kartra has that same thing. I can kind of start it all over again. And it never goes that high just for support because it's got a bunch of other features. So that was a really cool factor. But the main sort of big move that might make you even consider using Kartra is the fact that they've got all of this stuff built in. So no matter where you're at in your business, if you don't need video hosting right now, or memberships or pages. Like maybe you don't need all those things, but you might eventually. That's what's kind of nice, is it's all included for the price anyways. So you get this bundle so that if you know, like eventually I'm going to need some video hosting for my membership area, and I'm going to need a membership area, boom, it's all set up in one thing. I will say one problem with a platform like a Kartra is if you are a jack of all trades, you're typically a master of none. So another major factor that went into me switching into Kartra, and one of the things that has kept me staying with Kartra, is you've got to choose which features you don't mind them not being the master of, right? So let's just look at like video hosting. YouTube, Amazon, these are the masters of video hosting, right? Maybe Wistia. Wistia charges an arm and a leg. I pay about $250 even still a month for Wistia. So I don't mind if Kartra's not the best at video hosting, and they're not. Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, their videos don't load exactly the way that I'd want them to. They're not perfectly mobilely formatted all the time. But it's nice to have, so that if I have a video that's like lower on my priority scale, let's say it's a training video, that one I don't need to put in Wistia and end up paying, hundreds of dollars for a month. I can put it in Kartra and boom, it's nice, taken care of. My users will still be able to watch it, but it just won't be like, rendered in all these different high definition super speeds and all this kind of crazy stuff. And you have all these controls where your thumbnail can be a video. That's not all going to be in Kartra. So I chose my main feature that I was really, really interested in was email. Over the last 3 years that we've been using Kartra, I've had incredible results with email with them that I didn't get in other platforms. Let's talk about the good and the bad of their email, because it's a major, major feature. Having email marketing built in is amazing. The good is it's got really great segmenting. So when you actually go in and create a broadcast, once you're in, you can actually create a broadcast that allows you to target basically anybody that you want. There's a lot of different settings. You can deliver it at a certain time. You can send text message broadcasting. You can choose specifically who your recipients are. So because it's all built in one system, this is another major feature to having everything in one bundle. Because it's all in one system, I can be like, hey, if person bought this but didn't buy this, if they went to this page but didn't go here, if they have this tag but didn't get this one, that's a huge capability as a marketer to be able to get granular and give people individual advice and results and marketing material. So that's big. And then also, if you're promoting a product, you don't want to always sell it to the same people. So obviously, don't include anybody who, exclude people who don't have this. There's a bunch of different options. If their IP address is this, if they've subscribed to this sequence, if they finished this sequence, if they visited a page, if they canceled a subscription, if they've played a video, there's a lot that you can do. You don't have to get that complicated, but if you want to, and there's like a feature that you've wanted, it's in here. I also like level of engagement. I can then choose has purchased, has not purchased, or has opened an email. I use that one a lot because when you're marketing like this, my email list is a little bit over 140,000 people. I don't want to send emails to people that haven't opened an email in 6 months, for instance, right? If you've been on my list and you haven't opened an email in 6 months, I'm not going to waste my email send credits on you because you're not going to open most likely. So that's kind of a cool feature that you can do that. You can do that in almost every email marketing platform. So I'm not saying that's special, but it's nice that they have it as well. So you purchase, like somebody who's purchased 2 products, right? I can do that, which is great. Because again, if you're using a third-party mailing platform, you won't know that. So you can see right here, I have 452 people who've purchased 2 products. This is a really good time, as we're on this page, for me to mention something that I really don't like about Kartra, that they look at it as a helpful feature. I'm not so pro on it, and that is the blocked contacts. So this says that the blocked contacts are anybody who, listed you as spam or that hasn't agreed to your GDPR terms. Now, this is trouble for me because I generate a lot of leads in Messenger, and I generate a lot of leads through their API, and that means that they wouldn't have agreed to GDPR, so I can't broadcast to them. That's kind of a downside. I don't know if other email autoresponders are using it because honestly, I haven't been using any of the other ones in the last 3 years. But in doing a little bit of research, I didn't see that any of the other ones were automatically blocking those contacts. It's, again, probably a good thing, but it's just something that when you see 30,000 contacts have been blocked, you're like, man, that really, that hurts. So it's not something you got to worry about when you're first starting, but something to consider as you grow to 100,000 contacts. So you can send to 450 people. You can split test. They've got this really great dynamic email builder. So if you wanted to make like a really beautiful looking email from a template, they have really great templates built in. Or if you just want to use basic text, you've got that plus all of your merge tags, which I really like. Email is email, right? You can send a great looking email. You can send a mediocre looking one. That is up to you, whatever you're looking to do, but it's a really cool feature. So I'm just going to try to advance past this. So now I've got automations. Another really cool feature of automations, there's two levels to it. One is when you're building a broadcast, or another automation is you can actually have automations running 24/7. So if user opts into this list, give them access to this course. Cool automations like that. I like this automation because what I've done in the past is I've set up an email sequence, like, wait one day, send this email, wait next day, send that email. That's another great feature of Kartra's, is their email sequence building is really powerful. I've used it to make hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point. So when somebody opts in, you have this 10, 15-day email trickle series. Theirs is phenomenal. And another major feature that I'll talk about here in a second. But I can also set up that automation and then send one broadcast to my list and be like, hey, if anybody didn't open this email, subscribe them to this sequence. If somebody did open this email, subscribe them to this sequence. And now I'm actually sending people down two different bridges based on whether or not they opened one of my emails, or if they clicked on my email, or if they purchased something from that email. That is so cool. Again, it's a feature that you don't have to use, but it's a feature that if you do use it, it's going to help you dramatically. So that part is really awesome. Their email capabilities, phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorite features. And that's kind of when I came over to them, that's what I started using, was email, which is, kind of incorporates some of their other features that you'll see on their dashboard when you log in. Things like pages and forms. So obviously you need a form in order to collect an email address in most cases, and you need a page to put that form on to be able to market. That's another, what I would consider probably pretty great feature, is their pages. As you can see, I've actually created something like, I've created right now 287 total pages. I don't use all of them anymore, but I've created a lot of pages. It helps that you can create kind of as many as you want right from the get. But they've got really great templates. So I do affiliate marketing. I use a lot of blogs. So you can see I can just use a blog post, and it looks like you can actually make a full-on blog using Kartra versus having to set up a WordPress website. Affiliate pages. So if you're looking to launch a product, you've got affiliate pages, coming soon pages, long sales pages. Guys, I can't stress enough, having a full-on template when you're trying to build a page is so huge. And I'll tell you this, I've done, as I showed you before, $5 million in sales using Kartra. And I've got a really funny thing to admit. I've only ever used templates. I use templates, and then I use their features inside of those templates. So let's say I preview this one, and I'm like, oh, this is so great. I'm going to use it. Their website builder, while it might not be the smoothest, to be honest with you, I do think ClickFunnels website builder is a little bit better and more graphically friendly. While it might not be the smoothest, one thing I really appreciate about Kartra's is I can go in, I can add a full-on, fully built section to this website in 2 seconds. So this is one of the ways that I use it, is I use their templates for, and you can see I've got favorite blocks. So if I've got a testimonial block that I want to add to every page, I can do that. A little promo, I can do that. I can save sections. But okay, I want to add a call to action. I just do this, I drag and drop it, and now it's there, and I can edit this in literally seconds. So it takes a little bit of learning to get used to their page builder, but it's actually really good, really powerful, very mobile friendly, which in fact, you can actually look at the mobile view of your website. I've not run into a template yet that's not mobile friendly, which is great. It's very easy to hide certain sections. So if you have a desktop specific version, you can do that versus a mobile. Very kind of easy to get used to that inside their builder. They've got, obviously alert bars that you can add to the bottom of your website, all the SEO settings, tracking analytics, all of that. So from a page builder standpoint, I'm not going to go through every single one of their features. It is a really good and powerful page builder, and I've made $5 million using their pages. So I don't know if that vouches one way or the other for you, but their page builder is phenomenal. So we've already talked about their help desk, their pages, their email. Let's talk about their memberships. I think their memberships are one of the coolest features that they have inside the platform. And I've obviously, as you can see on my screen now, I'm using a bunch of their memberships. A bunch of memberships myself. And we've got, 4,500 in one, 22,000 in one, 24 people in another one. Like, you use them for whatever you want. They just recently updated their membership builder. It looks great. It's easy to use, really powerful. So if you're looking for memberships, a lot of great advantages to this. They've got a great step-by-step builder. Definitely something I would recommend is looking into their membership capabilities. The last feature that I'm going to really go into, the last two actually, is their products. So creating products is absolutely awesome because, again, it's in a step-by-step builder. So you can actually go through, create a product as an upsell or a main product, and it's going to just walk you through how to actually create it. So by the end, you've got it. It integrates with your Stripe, with your PayPal. You can describe it. You can put, all this stuff in it. Price points, multiple price points. I also love that they're one of the only platforms that I know of, at least when I was coming over to Kartra, that allows you to do like an initial rebill. Let's say you wanted to do 3 months at $3.99, and then that's your yearly membership. It will stick to that the next year. A lot of other places, if it's like, $3.99 was a payment plan for $9.97, the next year it like doesn't rebill in the same way. So rebills, continuity-based memberships, all of that is really great. It makes it really easy for somebody like me kind of off the street to just come in, make a recurring billing offer, and start selling it, which was awesome. This is where I want to talk about a feature that I like in some senses and dislike in others, and I hope that they can make this improvement. So just in case you're wondering what it's like, one of the number one reasons that you should use Kartra is their analytics. One of the things that I dislike the most about Kartra is their analytics, and I need to explain this. So in analytics, I can actually go in and look at analytics of individual pages, which I think is amazing. So let's go ahead and look at my broadcast analytics, right? So I can go in, I can look at how much money I've made from broadcasts. I can look at who opened them, who clicked them. I can get very granular in all of that, right? So this last email that I sent was 578 clicks. I've only sent one email in the last month, so obviously it's probably time that I send some more. But for instance, I can look at how much money I'm making on every list that comes in. Having it all integrated is a really cool thing, because if I'm selling my own product and it's all integrated together, it allows me to say, okay, those 4 emails made me a lot of money. And you can see, like, if I can look at all sequences, how much my actual automation sequences have made me. So you can see here, like this one made me $4.99. 9,000 people went into it, and I can literally just look through the last 30 days, how much all of these have made. So I'm not using all those right now. But then I can also go in detail. So this is where you really become a good marketer, in my opinion, is you go through and you actually look at, like, I don't know if this one even has any activity on it, but you can look at the granular results. Yeah, so you can see here, day 1 got 346 opens, made $149. Day 3 made $20. Day 8 made $199. So I can actually see what I'm getting out of every single email that's being sent in that sequence. This allows you to increase the productivity of every email, maybe delete certain ones, change a headline, whatever it is that you want to do. You can actually get that granular data. And it's harder to do that if your email platform isn't synced to your conversion platform, right? And so having it all built into one system is really nice. Now, where the shortcoming comes in is in their product analytics when you look at recurring revenue. This is something that I've really wanted to get more data on. And if I look at all time, $5 million in sales, it tells you up here your recurring stats, and that's really it. Like, I can go to rebills, and it says, like, I've done $1.9 million just in rebills. But it doesn't give me like normal, I would call it software-based statistics. Like, what's my churn rate? So that if somebody wants to buy my company, let me tell them what my churn rate is, which churn is just like how many people are canceling versus how many people are coming in. If you've got a high churn rate, your company isn't worth as much as if you did something where, lower churn rate. Keeping that in mind, I wish that they had a little bit more stats on that. Is it a game breaker for me? No. Definitely something that I don't mind as much. It is what it is. It's something that, because Kartra allows me to have recurring, I wish that it had more in-depth stats on the recurring, but most other platforms don't even allow you to do recurring business as easily, so I get it. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to run you guys through a quick analysis of some of the things that I don't like, and that is blocked contacts. I'm not a big fan of the blocked contacts system. They need more clarification on why a user was blocked. Was it an incorrect email address? There was a while where I thought they were being blocked because they, complained as spam on another Kartra user potentially. I just don't know. It doesn't tell you enough. I wish it had more information. Another feature that blows my mind is if a user was blocked, let's say they were blocked because they typed in the wrong email. They typed AIL.com, not AOL.com. If I go into that subscriber and I change that subscriber's email address, they still remain blocked. And Kartra has no real way of allowing us to update that contact. You have to contact support in order to do that. And it takes a long time, and sometimes they don't even do it. So that's kind of a big issue for me. It's like, come on. Now, it's a big issue because it's important. It's a small issue because it doesn't happen very often. But when it does happen, I've got a customer, for instance, who buys a product of mine and they're not getting my emails because they typed in their email address wrong, and I can't even update their email address to get them all of their welcome material. I've got to go in, create a whole new subscriber, and resend all their information. It'd be so much easier if I could just hit an update button and it would renew that subscriber. I wish that could happen. It can't right now. I had written down one of my least favorite features being the page builder. I think that there are better page builders out there. I wanted to discuss this kind of clearly. There are better page builders out there for the money. It's hard to argue with their page builder being really great. It's not as buggy as some of the other ones that I've seen, but it's not the best page builder that I've seen. So I'll put it that way. It's not a feature that I hate. It's just a feature that could use improvement. But again, as I said earlier, when you get a jack of all trades, you don't get a master of really any of them. But I wanted email to be a powerhouse. Their email is a very good capability. And a lot of times when you do an all for, an everything type of program, email struggles because email is hard to do right. The products was another big one for me. They do products very well. They do rebills very well, purchasing, all that very, very well. So I'm good with those. It's hard to talk about Kartra and not talk about the price. Everybody here is going to be wondering, what is the price? It's one of the features that I'm going to list as a sort of, you kind of get what you pay for sort of thing. It's not something that I hate. It's not something that I love, but let's go ahead and talk about the Kartra plans. So as you can see, they have monthly and annual versions. The annual will save you a little bit of money. You can look right here and you can look at their platinum. So let's say you plan on being a very big user. You'd be paying $4.99 a month, and that includes unlimited emails, bandwidth, pages, videos, products, memberships, teams, help desk, up to 50,000 leads. Now, here's the problem. I have 130,000 leads. I currently pay $1,000 a month for Kartra. I'm paying $1,000 a month, but I've made $5 million. Okay, I can't really complain, right? I mean, even over a year, I paid $12,000, but I made $5 million. So it's cost me $36,000 to be able to do all of this in one place. And I was, again, I was paying for a help desk somewhere else. I was paying for video hosting somewhere else. I was paying for a page builder. I was paying for a conversion system. Now I've got all of that in one place. Also, it allows you to create an affiliate platform for yourself. So if you've got an offer and you want other affiliates to be able to promote it, one of the best ways to get new sales is to turn your customers into affiliates. Kartra has that built in too. All you gotta do is click a button and it makes an affiliate program for it. So having everything all in one, the fact that it's a true bundle, pages, bandwidth, emails, products, memberships, teams, that kind of makes it worth $1,000 for me, right? Because I'd be paying that. I would probably be paying more if I had to separate everything, and I wouldn't get as much data and it wouldn't be all in one platform. So that's just something that you have to take into consideration. When you're just getting started, their basic membership is $99 a month. You get up to 2,500 leads. host 100 pages, 50 videos, sell 20 products. That's more than enough to be able to make more than $99 a month. And the great news is, as you scale that up, 12,000 leads, you get unlimited pages, videos, products, bandwidth. Now it's only $199 a month. It is the cost of doing business. If you're considering something like a Kartra, you're looking at features similar to a Kartra, the fact that they've got all of them built in, it's pretty nice. Again, I would say don't expect their video hosting to be the best. I think Wistia is better, but you pay more for that. In some cases, you can use Vimeo. That's a decent option. I've used that in the past. I use Vimeo for big videos, so I don't have to pay anybody else. Unlimited team members, help desks. You get access to the agency feature, which is really cool. 3 custom domains. So, the way that I look at it, I don't see myself switching away from Kartra anytime soon. Sort of if I was to give you guys a wrap up, I love a lot of their features. Their email is great. Their stats are phenomenal. Their product creation is incredible. Their membership area I've used to make a lot of money. It's a quick system to get acclimated to once you've been in it for a few days playing around with it. You can definitely learn how to use the thing. It's got a ton of features I didn't even cover. Things like a calendar. It's got a built-in calendar. So if you were to use a calendar somewhere else like Calendly or Acuity, you can replace that with their built-in calendar. I don't do a lot of calendar scheduling stuff, so I don't use it. And then surveys. I don't use any surveys, but it's got a really great survey builder. I actually do use a survey in my membership area to get people to go through certain plans, like take a test basically at the end of certain modules. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm an advocate for it, right? Like I use it. I've made a lot of money using it. I don't plan on going anywhere. I do hope that they end up seeing this video and that they end up giving us a little bit more in-depth stats on our recurring revenue so that we can see what are we doing month after month, over time. How are we looking? And aside from that, really, I don't expect them to improve their video hosting or some of the other things that they're not phenomenal at because they're really good at other stuff, and it probably takes a lot of their energy to be really good at that stuff. So all in all, I would highly recommend using Kartra. Again, I use it. I've done very well with it. I plan on staying with them. Now, I would say that if you're a brand new beginner, all you really need is pages. Well, I mean, you definitely can get away with having Kartra and then grow into it because you're going to need email, right? If you're doing anything in the marketing space, you need pages and you need email. They've got both of those. So that's kind of a cool feature. Can you skimp and get these features elsewhere? Probably. I'm not one that does that. I'm a time saver type of person. I don't want to have to integrate multiple different pieces together just so that I can save $20 a month. Let's get this done. I don't care if it costs me a little bit more. Let's move fast. Kartra allows you to do that. So just looking over everything that I kind of wrote down that I wanted to talk to you guys about, I covered most of it. Again, highly recommend. And if anything, I was trying to figure out is there anybody who should avoid using Kartra? I just don't know. I know there's a lot of people who are really concerned about the price of something, but if you want to actually build something that's profitable, use a tool that can help you get there. Don't be so worried about the price of the product. I actually still have an active membership at ClickFunnels because there are times where I'll use ClickFunnels. For instance, if I'm running a Zoom webinar, I can't use Kartra because they don't sync with Zoom. ClickFunnels does. Kartra obviously has a vested interest in getting you to use Webinar Jam because they're owned by the same company. So I'm thinking that's why they haven't integrated with Zoom. I think that is definitely something that is kind of an Apple-like move where they want everything to be integrated. And if you want to use something else, go somewhere else. So if you run a lot of Zooms and you want to build landing pages for that, maybe Kartra isn't your best place to start. You could use a ClickFunnels type of platform for that. But all in all, you're looking to build memberships, looking to build products, looking to host, help desks, all of that. Kartra's a no-brainer. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please let me know in the comments what you thought. Are you going to be using Kartra? I'll put a link down in my description where you can go and grab Kartra and get more information and actually take some of my templates if you want them. Things that I've used to build that $5 million a month or $5 million a year total business. And in Kartra. So if you want to grab some cool stuff from me and you want to grab your trial, I'm happy to give you my link and send you over. Obviously, I'm an affiliate for Kartra. Another cool feature that they have is whenever you become a member, you become an affiliate. So you can also tell people about it as well and earn commission from them. So if you're interested in it, hit that link in my description. Go grab some free stuff. And otherwise, enjoy Kartra. I think you'll be able to get a lot out of it. You'll be pretty happy with it if you actually go in and start using it. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys on the other side.